Let's freaking get so. Welcome in. We have a lot to talk about. We do have some recruiting storylines to cover tonight, but as we move closer to the season, we get to actually talk about football, right? And we are moving closer to actually learning what the real depth chart is going to look like next year. For me, I love following LSU players after their careers are over at LSU. And I am not watching what's happening right now, but apparently, according to Chris, Damian Lewis is banged up pretty bad. So I hate to see that. One of the greats at LSU, the former right guard of the greatest offense of all time. So hoping for the best there. But obviously tonight we're going to talk about JAYDEN Daniels. We're going to talk about GARRETT NUSSMEIER. But the poll question is pretty obvious here. Which position group concerns you the most going into next year? Okay. Offensive line is up there. Running back is up there. Secondary is up there. Is it other? So right now in the far right comment section, let me know. Type O for offensive line, type R for running back, type D for defensive line, type L for linebacker, whichever position group you think. Outside of quarterback, of course, that's obviously, the biggest question mark for any team that doesn't return like a super good starter. Let me know what you think as far as which position group you are the most concerned about. As we welcome in Linda, Victoria, Big Al, Mick. I see a lot of you in here. Tony the Tiger's in here. Lots of our patrons are in here. What's up, Brandon? John Sibley Butler, Rob G. You guys know Rob G is one of my guys this year. Kenneth, you need to be playing in the game. That was your offensive lineman that got hurt. That's a bad joke, but it is kind of cool. Kenneth Walker Jr. And I believe Kenneth Walker for the Seahawks is Kenneth Walker III. So that is interesting. Welcome to the channel, Kenneth. Let everyone make Kenneth feel welcome. I believe this is your first time. I'm loving the profile photo here. There's Rick. Good to see you, Rick and Michael B. Michael B and I have been chatting a lot in the Discord. Okay. So yeah. Running back, but I probably should have said special teams. Chris says defensive line concerns him the most. That's very interesting. My son is Trey too. It's cool. Your son is Trey. Trey who? I'm curious. This is really cool. Either way, welcome to the channel, Kenneth. And you get to pick the first topic. I always like newbies to pick the first topic. Now, as always, I go to your question first. If you super chat, Venmo, Cash App, all those good things. If you buy a shirt, that obviously helps out growing our PHL movement. And since he is playing Monday Night Football, I'll give out if you are a Justin Fields fan, I'll give out a Justin Fields rookie card. Let me know. It's Trey the Third. Welcome, Kenneth. I'm Trey as well. That's cool. Fitz, good to see ya. DB's got cooked. Yeah, but they're going up against the best position group. I honestly think the DBs have been better than what people probably expected up to now. But once again, defensive back is kind of a sample size position where if somebody gets beat badly as a defensive back, it just kind of becomes seared in your brain. But yeah, apparently Colby Richardson's had a good camp. I know Brian Kelly really, 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 and this isn't just Brian Kelly's words. This is something that I've learned. He really likes Jarek Bernard Converse a lot. And I would be shocked if JCB is not, or JBC is not one of the starting corners come September 4th. Don't forget, if you are going to the game, we are doing a PHL meetup at Stumpy's, close to the world famous Superdome. Stumpy's Hatchet House. That's where I'll be located, doing a little pregame show, hanging out with you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see here, Chris. You really feel like Jayden will be QB1? You should feel pretty good. You should feel pretty good about that. I do think Jayden's going to be the starter. I do. It's not set in stone just yet. I would consider this an 8 out of 10 possibility that Jayden is the quarterback. I would say that. I would say Jayden's probably going to be your starter. And especially considering it's so close. If the quarterback battle is so close, it is a lot easier to talk yourself into starting the guy that is more experienced. The one thing, the one thing that's very interesting for me is I really do believe that Jayden Daniels has more left in the tank. I don't feel that he is somebody that you have to worry about when it comes, and this gets asked all the time. Well, I'm worried about Jayden Daniels getting hurt versus these SEC linemen and all of that. Well, you could say that about any quarterback, right? Don't you think Nuss is going to have to scramble? Miles Brennan wasn't a scrambler, and he still got hurt with his ribs, right? Joe Burrow in the national championship game, when his ribs got ripped to shreds, it was the touchdown before the end of the half when he was in the pocket taking a hit. Injuries are random. So, yeah, if you do run more often, I mean, obviously Jameis got hurt last year running. Dak's bad injury was running. Yeah, I guess it does open yourself up for injuries, but football is random. How injuries happen are random. There can always be a dirty hit, but people don't dirty hit the quarterback anymore because it is such a bad penalty. So, yeah. The snap issues we've heard about are very concerning. And Grant, thank you as always for your generosity and also your friendship all the way back from when we were in college together. Yeah, the snap issues are very worrisome at this point. Will it get fixed? Maybe. Obviously, we don't get to see other teams practice as closely as we probably watch LSU practice. And we did a video on this earlier. We dropped a huge film study earlier today at 1. I had to drop it at 1 today. I've been doing a ton of radio this week. 4-hour shows. It's a grind. Anybody that does solo radio every single day, it's hard. It's really, really, really hard. Especially considering, I'm all the way here and the stations are all around. So that's why I'm going to need you guys to carry me tonight. I'm dead serious. I know I say that often, but tonight, my loyalists, Danny, Rob G, Chris, you guys are going to have to carry me tonight. Okay. The snap issues, yeah, and they are concerning, right? And honestly, I know this sounds very rudimentary, but the most important thing you do in football is snap. Okay. It's a non-negotiable, right? You can have shaky everything else. You really can. But the snaps have to be good, right? The snap affects everybody. It affects the timing. It affects the possession of the football, which is the most precious thing. It affects the quarterback. It affects the play caller. It affects the rest of the offensive line. It's got to be consistent, right? And I'm going to say it again, and I know I mentioned this in the video, but this us still having these center issues is something Danny's been talking about forever, and she's just been right about it. It makes you appreciate Liam just a little bit more. Even though he wasn't fully consistent, we didn't have anybody else, which is kind of shocking, right? You have what I think LSU, I would need to go do a count again. They have 17 scholarship offensive linemen, anywhere from 15 to 17, right? I can go do a quick count right quick if need be. And, there wasn't any of them that can snap and play this very unique position, right? And now we're down to 2, Garrett Dellinger and Charles Turner, and we'll see what happens. But, Brian Kelly did mention that a lot of these snap issues are because Garrett Dellinger is now learning how to do new things, such as calling out the protection, such as commanding the offense, such as leading the offense. A lot of these intangible things that are really difficult that a center has to do. But yeah, the consistent snapping needs to be better. And it's not just the snaps that don't actually get there, it's the ones that are low or high or a little off to the side. It's tough. It's really, really, really tough. And if you go to the film study from earlier today, this one's not on Patreon, it's free. Liam does the dead ball snap. So if you go look at the thumbnail, you see dead ball. That's actually a term in offensive line play and how you actually grip the football, right? So I don't have a ball right here, but a dead ball snap is, and this is just a little piece of scotch tape. I've been mailing out some shirts. I want to see who's going to join the PHL t-shirt club tonight. Normally a dead ball snap is gripped like this when, normally you snap like that. Dead ball snap, you're kind of holding it like that and going back. It is interesting. You don't really see it all that often. More people, snap the traditional way. There we go. What's up, Jared? Thank you so much for your super chat. Yeah. First off, this avatar, this name here is kind of ironic. They were talking about offensive line play. I love this name. I only run toss dive, baby. Less mile special. See? JD5 is Lamar with a better throwing motion. Ooh. I do love this photo though. Before I, talk about this comment. So for those who don't know, Fitzpatrick is very close to Ricky Collins, and I'm really excited to get Ricky on campus, start working. So yeah, I love it. And I know we tried to get Ricky on a while ago. I'd love to still get him on. So we'll try and work that out some other time. Obviously, we got plenty of time for Ricky's career. So I'd love to get Ricky on at least once since you and I have talked about him before. Jared, you get to pick the next topic. I know you're like, you're a chill guy. You just want the chat to keep flowing, baby. Let's go. I love it. Let's see. Let's switch it up tonight. Okay. What are we going to give out tonight? Oh, yeah. We'll just keep doing this because it's been working. Next person that joins the PHL t-shirt club, guess what? You're getting a Joe Burrow rookie card, right? We'll do it again. We'll do the Joe Burrow thing again tonight. So if you want to join the PHL t-shirt club, get a Joe Burrow rookie card, okay? Sherry, what's up? Good to see you. Vet, good to see you. Hey, we got time, man. I'm one of those guys that's like, if we get him, we get him. But Ricky's somebody I really would love to have on this channel. Brandon, good to see you. Brandon, you get to pick the next topic. Loving the energy you always bring to the chat. Heck, no early nights. We got to keep it going, man. We're so close to the season, right? Yeah, we might not go as long as we normally do tonight, but that's why I got to get your questions in now. Okay, so I'll talk about this very briefly. Oklahoma is making a strong push for Ryan Yates. It's just happening, and this is kind of a tough spot for LSU. Look, the primary for Ryan Yates is Kerry Cooks. Okay, so Kerry used to coach at Oklahoma, and obviously he was at Notre Dame. So Kerry's really well connected in Texas, and Ryan Yates is currently committed to LSU. And he had a very interesting comment to Jerry Hamilton of On3 earlier today. Reached out to one recruiting source, and they are really wanting Ryan Yates to be a part of this class. Now, the kicker here is there's a lot of guys on his team that are currently committed to Oklahoma, including the quarterback, Jackson Arnold, who actually won the Elite 11 competition. So this is going to be tough to hold on to Ryan Yates. There's just no other way around it, right? You go look at his On3 recruiting prediction machine. It's still 75% for LSU. Normally, like a committed prospect is like in the 80s, 90s. So, it's going to be hard, right? If all your teammates who you've won a lot of games with are going to Oklahoma and you're going to LSU and one of them is a quarterback and you believe in that quarterback and you've played a lot of big games. They played in the state championship game versus Westlake and Cade Klubnik, the 5-star who's at Clemson now. It's tough. It's really, really tough, right? The Texas to Oklahoma pipeline as well. And look, if for some reason LSU's not able to hold on to this, I'm an LSU fan. Any kind of recruiting prediction, I'm always going to say LSU's going to win it. If it doesn't happen, though, the fact that you're able to hold on to Kylan Jackson is huge. Ryan Yates does play mostly corner at the high school level. I do think more people do look at him as a safety, but he's just a good defensive back. He could be a nickel. You never know. But for me, I feel better now that LSU's already got a really loaded defensive back class. But at the same time, this is a position that is going to be gutted really badly. I mean, really badly. There will never be a secondary that's going to be more gutted than this one. And also keep this in mind. Major Burns has had some really good weeks here, okay? If Major Burns plays really well, he could be gone after this year as well, okay? So is Joe Fouché gone, Greg Brooks gone, Major Burns gone, Jay Ward gone, and so on, right? So then you're crossing your fingers that Derek Davis Jr. turns into something, Matthew Langlois turns into something, and it's tough. It's really, really, really hard. So yes, I'm hoping for the best with Ryan Yates, but this is how recruiting works. This is how recruiting works, especially if you're on a loaded team and your teammates are going somewhere else. So we shall see. Okay. Seth, you're going to the game. I love it. Congratulations, man. Zane said, just put Harold Perkins back there. At this point, I'm not doubting Harold Perkins in anything. I'm telling you. I'm just not. He's a supernova. A supernova. What is going on over here? Got all these wires just around here. Sage is actually having a good camp, and he's going to play a lot. So Sage will be fine. I'm actually still pretty high on Sage Ryan. I thought his season last year was fine, even though he only played 2 games. His Florida game was actually really good. And playing nickel when you're playing man coverage on every snap is really, really, really hard. Okay? But yeah, Skipper, I know Rob G is like a Harold Perkins super fan as well. Gotta love it, man. Harold just looks like a star too. Okay. He just kind of has that that glow, that superstar kind of mentality. I feel like when I watch him play, he's an alpha, right? It's his football field and the other 21 players are just on it. Okay. Oh, big say so. Don't come in here saying, hey, did you hear what Ohio State fans had to say? I don't give 2 rips about Ohio State fans and what they have to say about our guys, right? Just like they don't care what I have to say about Jackson Smith and Jigba. So, yeah. Go. Let's give some of these out tonight. Let's give this one out. Do this. All right. Let's give some of these out tonight. All right. I got a Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie card. We'll give this one out. Patrick Queen, rookie card. Dwayne Bowe, autograph card. I'll give this one out tonight. This is one of my favorite ones right here. Okay. And this guy actually pretty popular. Okay. Arden Key. Got an autograph Arden Key card. His autograph is just gorgeous. So I can get it focused in right here. So I can get it focused in. There we go. I see it's losing focus again. Arden Key autograph card. I'll give that one out tonight as well. All right. Yeah, I just, yeah, big. I just, it's not true. It's just not true. So I'm not worried about it. Not a sexy topic, but I thought our kickers, kickoff, and field goals, punter should be set, but I don't know a whole lot about our guys. Okay. Really good topic right here from Michael B. And we touched on it some, but we'll touch on it here. I know a lot of you have been talking about special teams, right? Nurse Court, another one of our patrons, is a big time special teams, not necessarily critic per se, but she just likes that aspect. And look, the truth here is, Coach Polian does come in with a great reputation of special teams. Obviously, he has great football lineage with his dad, of course. They're a family full of coaches, right? And he's also one of Brian Kelly's guys that came from Notre Dame to LSU. Okay. Now, the truth here is kickoff is very concerning, right? Is LSU going to have a kickoff specialist, right? And I know I've talked about him a lot on here, but you really have to, and this is the least talked about aspect of football, is the kickoff unit, right? So we had the best kickoff specialist, arguably in the history of the sport, in Avery Atkins, right? In all 4 years, he had a touchback percentage of 75% or more. 3 of those years, he had a touchback percentage of 80% or more, which is top 10 every year, and oftentimes top 5. And you're not going to have that. So you got to have a tight kickoff unit, right? And it's hard. Kickoff unit is hard. And you have to judge how many of your starters do you actually want on kickoff unit and how many of them you don't, right? So I won't say who, but I've gone through and looked at a lot of LSU's kickoff issues, their kickoff coverage issues, and that when they would give up a large kickoff return, oftentimes just by, reevaluating the play, it would be a backup and or little used player that would be making the mistake on the kickoff unit, right? So why is that important? And when it comes to kickoff unit or punt unit or any of those things? Well, the truth is a lot of the elite coaches actually like to put their best players on special teams. They do, okay? And a good example of this was the biggest regular season game in college football last year was Alabama-Auburn. It was the biggest one because if Alabama lost, they wouldn't have gotten into the playoff, right? Now, the SEC championship game ended up being just as big, but regular season game at someone's home stadium, it was Alabama-Auburn. And in that game, Jamison Williams was a gunner on punt team, and he was so good at it, he had a targeting penalty. So what does that mean? Well, that means Nick Saban ran the risk of putting his best offensive non-QB player on a unit that, you can normally replace with the walk-on. But Jamison Williams was really good on punt team. You know who else was really good on punt team as a true freshman? Kayshon Boutte. Kayshon had a huge, huge down punt versus Florida at the 1-yard line in that game. And that game was full of chaos. There were so many different people who made big plays in that game, but that was a very underrated unit. So I love this question here, Michael B. You're one of our deepest thinkers on here. I really appreciate your support and your patronage. I really appreciate you on that as well. This is just true. Our coverage units, there's a lot of questions. Damian Ramos right now is winning the kickoff or the kicker battle right now, but Trey Finnison's got a big leg, has a lot of experience, hasn't really kicked since 2019. And you have some other really, really good talented players in there. So who the field goal kicker is going to be, we don't know. We're used to knowing who the field goal kicker is going to be, but it's up in the air. Who's a punter going to be? More than likely, it's going to be Bramblett out of Notre Dame. Who's a kickoff specialist going to be? If we do have a kickoff specialist, I don't know. And who's actually going to line up and be our coverage units? Bring her on in.
You okay? Take a drink.
Oh, yeah. No. I was just coughing. There she is. Look at this. 2 Jarvis Landry references. Once again, your best players are oftentimes your best special teamers. So all your super chats, you see that big yawn right there? You see those pearly whites, right? So as many of you know with dogs, you got to get dental surgery done. And
our teeth clean.
It was a sizable.
Our teeth clean. We had 3, I think it was 3 of her puppy teeth hadn't fallen out yet. And we had to get those taken out. And then she got all her yearly shots. And she was such a good girl.
And all your super chats are going to the vet bill. So I really appreciate all your supports.
And I wanted to ask him a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's wedding related. Can I ask this?
Go on ahead. It's important.
Okay. So I'm trying to put together a compilation of songs for like the wedding entrance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the reception entrance. And like, I'm finding the most basic songs. So all you people out there in PHL, isn't that right? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done. So I just want to know what you guys think would be a fun entrance for Mr. and Mrs. Bryant.
Set It Off by Lil Boosie.
No. I mean, I love Boosie, but no.
That's why I want it to be.
No. It's got to be something other than that. LSU. I'm just curious because I want to poll. Hey, everybody. I want to poll. See that the Forever song, I've always said that because of The Office, because that is one of my favorite scenes when Jim and Pam do the dance down the aisle.
Neck. Suck that.
No. No.
Oh, the Chris Brown Forever, Ever, Ever.
Yeah. No, I thought about that, but I was like, has it been done too much?
Javarius says Set It Off. Set it off in this mother.
Well, your mom would have a panic attack, and so would my mom.
Why not listen to Pierce? He's the one that took Velvet Taco from Dallas to Rustin.
Love it.
So I told Pierce, I told her that they were opening a Velvet Taco in Rustin.
I about stroked.
I actually, this is it.
Good Life was one. Good Life was one that I found on the list. Okay.
Well, it's got the greatest musical artist of all time on there.
What else?
Oh, thank you, TOV.
Oh, that's so nice.
Thank you.
Sea of Love. Okay, who sings Sea of Love? Then I thought about Formation. I was like, oh, that would be sick.
Getting for oh, come on, no.
No, I'm serious.
That's okay, but that
would be me.
That's not even top 3 Beyonce songs.
Oh.
Like for that moment. No, Pierce, I told her that a Velvet Taco was opening in Rustin.
Yeah, no,
you brought it.
He messed with me on that because you brought it.
24 Karat Magic's always a winner. So when I DJ weddings, that's the one I use.
But what's something out of the norm? That's what I want. I want something totally out of the norm that people would never. Have you told him we're shot? No. Something out of the norm that nobody would think of.
Jamie Foxx is like my favorite entertainer.
I do love Jamie Foxx.
He tells a better story than anybody else.
So whoever picks the best song gets a new band and a booger band.
Okay, Caucus already picked it. Good Life. None's going to be better than that. It's got T-Pain on it.
But I've got to love it too.
Well, I wish Van.
Don't Stop Believing. And ooh, that is a good one, Jared.
I wish Van was here. He would tell us.
No, Van would totally tell us. Because I can't say Harry Styles. Although I want it to be.
Don't Stop Believing.
I'm down with Don't Stop Believing.
Tell me you're middle-aged in your 40s without telling me you're middle-aged in your 40s.
What's that one? Click on that.
Angel Eyes.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
What's Angel Eyes?
Oh my God, if we come in to beat it, Edward O. got the crabs.
This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
That's a dance floor song.
Kenny Chesney. What Kenny Chesney song though?
Jungle Love by Morris Day and the
No! Oh my God. That'd be so great. I love it, Brett. That's so great. And his avatar is even better. It's my favorite comedian of all time.
Kid is about to make me really cry.
What?
That's actually really funny.
Can I do the clink clink?
Oh my God. Oh.
Don't shy away. Kenny Chesney is just a joke. Okay, Cliff. All right, baby.
Funny. That's the best one.
I've given great songs. Carter must have me on ignore. What do you say, Rico?
What'd you say,
Hold
Rico?
on, Rico.
Rico.
Hold on, boo boo.
Rico, I got 1,000 messages coming at once.
Say it again, Rico. Suave. Don't want to miss a thing.
What song is that?
And I don't want you to get demonetized.
Well, you can't sing as well enough for them to think that Steven Tyler is right here.
If you say a few lyrics.
This will be
an everlasting. No, I need like a turn up. Because y'all don't even know what I'm finna walk in with.
We'll have a camera in there. We'll live stream it.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have a live stream.
Super chats.
Did someone say, do you believe?
Jodeci. Honestly, this is it. This is actually the song that I want to hear when we're walking
out. Of the ceremony.
Yeah.
No, we're listening. No way. My dream since I was a baby was Celebrate.
Oh my God, that's the most basic one.
I don't care.
Everybody's done that one.
Everybody's done Stevie Wonder, babe.
Wake Up Call, Maroon 5.
Oh, I love that song.
All right, so honestly, I do want the female opinions are the more important ones because I want to.
What Danny say?
Signed, Sealed, Delivered.
I like it, Danny girl. Yes.
I wish I was in the room when they made that song. That is still the group.
Did they see how calm the baby is now?
So whenever we are walking into the reception.
Oh, a Pitbull song will be so dope.
God gave me you.
Only if Carter sings it to me.
Tennessee whiskey. Look at Donald. He has a little tartar.
Oh, he did have a tartar.
And he had a little
Did he have a bigger babe? My baby.
Sugar.
That's what I thought, Michael B. That's my fave. That's on my list right now.
As long as the baby squirrel part of Treasure is included.
Look at that.
Baby squirrel, you're a sexy
mother.
Da, 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 da.
That's the best part. Bring them out, bring them out, bring them out.
That's great.
Creek.
Let's get it started.
No, but I want the best. I'm telling you, the best song.
Ooh.
Endless Love by Lionel. That's a wonderful avatar.
Yeah, Sibley joined the PHL T-shirt club.
That's a wonderful avatar.
I'm down with some more.
Jungle Love. I swear to God, that's so great.
All right, so I think Danny and Caucus are our winners.
Well, no, we got to have a poll.
Well, no.
Do a poll, Bubba.
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. All right, we're gonna give.
This is great interaction, by the way.
We're gonna give everybody a week.
Okay.
To come up
with a list, like a poll list.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna come with a week. We'll do this topic again in a week, and then we'll determine a winner. I still think Good Life is the best one. And Signed, Sealed, Delivered is the best one to.
What about this? Adore You.
No, not Harry Styles.
Why?
No Ceilings, Lil Wayne.
Oh, I love that one.
Or Lollipop, Lil Wayne.
Oh,
Huh?
no.
Huh? Jodeci.
Can we do Adore You? The great instrumental at the beginning.
We are okay. There you go, Carvis. So Carvis just joined. He didn't see the beginning.
Oh, hey, Carvis!
Set it off. Okay, I want upbeat, but set it off.
Adore You is upbeat. Baby.
Yeah, but it's Harry Styles. There's too much.
My man.
I know. We'll play plenty of Harry Styles.
Oh, the whole thing's Harry Styles in One Direction.
Okay, Kenneth, the one who said Locked Up, says Mystical's Danger.
Oh, Mimi loves that song.
Get on the floor.
No, Mimi's favorite song is Get Low. What she always says, I can get low, but I can't get high. She can't make it back up. Can't get enough of your love. You know what's funny about that? Edward O got the crabs. Heather and I used to do like song nights for mom and dad. We would perform them, and always Barry White was on there, and Can't Get Enough was one of the ones we'd always do, just to tell you. Okay, Kenneth's wife says danger. Okay, Kenneth's wife.
Lenny Williams, Because I Love You. I don't know this song.
Is there any Justin Timberlake anyone?
Oh, come on. Okay, that's good to end on. Everybody,
Carter?
You have 1 week.
Carter.
You have 1 week to come up with
This is about me.
I know, but you have 1 week to come up with your best song. Okay, 1 week, and whoever wins the contest, I'll send them this Dwayne Bowe autograph, or I have a D Bird autograph over here. Whichever one you want, I'll send it to you. Okay.
So Carter and I are going to do something fun soon for everybody.
Yeah, but Lil Jon's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Can I just say a little sneak peek? No?
No sneak peeks.
Can I just say we're going to do something fun soon? Is that fine?
We're going to do something fun soon? I like that.
Stop.
Okay, so
I'm going to document some things for fun.
Okay. And
About damn that's my Pressy Piss. Y'all know Pressy. Y'all have met Pressy.
Yeah, the little one.
My sissy can sing that word for word.
Let's get it on.
Man, I got that swag.
Swag surfing.
Mm-hmm.
That song is too closely connected to Auburn now, though, because they took the swag surfing from LSU.
What if we entered to bum bum? Do it.
Bum 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 bum.
What'd Creek say?
I will always love you.
Oh,
wouldn't
my
he?
queen.
The Usher remix of Nice and Slow.
Oh. Is everybody seeing how calm Z has begotten? Jesus, I've not had that much wine, I promise. I haven't, baby. But do they see how sweet she is now?
Yeah, she's getting better, like Booger.
Can't stop the feeling. Oh, that was my Buka's favorite song. You little Papa? Look at her. She loves her daddy. Y'all, she's crazy about Carter. She loves her Papa, don't you, babe? Let her give you sugar.
No, she already gave me some shaky on here. Some shaggy waggy. Yes. Okay, I was waiting on somebody. I knew I could
Say
trust
it. What
Carvis.
is it?
Right foot creep. Oh.
Yeah.
Do your gritty.
You gritty better than I do.
I don't got that Justin Jefferson in me.
Baby, you gritty.
Right
Can we gritty
foot
at the
creep.
wedding?
People that can't actually gritty can gritty.
I can. Fun fact about Carter. Y'all ready?
Go on ahead.
Press the number 1 if you want a fun fact. Press the number 1. I see everybody in live stream say press the number 1.
Press the number 1.
Press the number 1.
Huh?
Let's just always says press the number 1 if you want to know.
Yeah.
I don't see no ones. Okay.
Well, of course, Kenneth.
Kenneth's always on point.
Kenneth just became a PHLer.
Come on. Okay, Chris, Creek, Carter. Okay, here's the deal. God love him, and we do. He ain't got no rhythm. Like dancing.
Yeah, I know what you meant.
Okay. None. I just crashed your live and I love it. They don't care. They love me. They don't care. He's got no rhythm. I've tried, but he can do the whoa better. No. Can you do it better than me?
There you go. I just woed. Huh? 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 There you go.
All right. I'll let y'all get back to it. Thanks for letting me crash, you guys.
All right, everybody.
We want to, but seriously, I do want to know for real.
They get a full week.
Okay.
And the winner gets they
get a book band, a sticker, and a new Power Hour band.
Yeah, they get the. That was me doing a dab.
Carter, I picked a white rapper to help with.
Oh, Macklemore. Yeah.
We have seen that, Haley. Just give him some fruity beer and
Girl,
you ain't wrong.
Danny.
Listen,
Goss.
I called my best friend's dad used to own a liquor store here, and now he's got it in with the other liquor store here. Long story short, he told me to send him a list of what we want at the wedding, and I said, well, 2 things I have to have. Number 1, you ready? A daiquiri machine that will make him hurricanes.
I like the peach frozen stuff.
Okay, well, whatever.
The fruity or the
He
better.
wants the fruity. Okay. Baby. That was terrible.
Look at.
Number 2, I just need skinny girl marks. Baby, you're hurting her. Sweetie.
I didn't do nothing.
She doesn't like that when you do that to her.
I was lifting her up so people could see her.
Look, you got to hold her by the butthole and then get her in there like that. See?
Now she's looking at mine.
The baby. So, get used to. I've been married for 20 years and my wife is my co-host now. Oh, I'm going to be here for a minute. Haley, it was good to see you and Z. What about Nuck If You Buck?
Nuck If You Buck.
That's a good one. I haven't had much fun.
My favorite song
is
This
Will Be.
No, stunting is a habit.
Baby, quit.
Have you ever seen a Chevy with the butterfly doors?
I know what it has to be. Gator boots with the pimped out gooch. That's Papa's song.
You gotta hold her by the booty hole. Nope. That's the key.
All right, y'all have fun. You got 1 week.
1 week.
I'll be back Saturday to remind you folks, you beautiful people.
1 week.
Let me stroking. I'll be stroking.
1 week.
Ice cream paint job. Yeah. Baby, I know more of these than you do.
Clean on the inside.
Shoot. All right, guys. Y'all take care of him. We'll go watch
1 week.
1 week. And we're going to come out with like a list, and then we have to vote in a poll, too. Okay? Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Talk LSU Kickers.
LSU Kickers.
You know, hunters, whatever.
Now back to special teams. I didn't know she was going to do that. Yeah, so I'm glad Danny brought this up. You know, yeah. So last year, the official pronunciation, so you can go to like the LSU roster and you can click next to their name the way you're supposed to pronounce the players' last names, right? So Kayshon Boutte is how we have been pronouncing it for a long time. Kayshon Boutte. All right. The truth is Kayshon Booty is how you pronounce it. Okay. According to Kayshon himself. Now, are there instances for certain players who don't mind how you pronounce their name? It's true. Some players don't care. Some players give you multiple pronunciations of how to say their names, right? But Kayshawn Booty is how you're supposed to say it. Okay. So if you hear me say Butte, I thought it was Butte for a while, as did every play-by-play announcer, as did the official LSU roster. And Kayshawn was probably called Kayshawn Butte for a while, right? But the truth is you pronounce it Booty. And I'm glad you brought that up, Danny. It is Kayshawn Booty. Okay. Which now makes me think the walk-in song should be Booty, 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 walking everywhere. Booty, 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 walking everywhere. I found you, Miss New Beauty. I love the fact that he could be that. I know Josh Booty also went to Westgate in New Iberia, so he could be related. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all. So yeah. I don't know what it is about the mispronunciation. I had a class with Damon Clark, and he said it's pronounced like Simone with the D. Or Simone? Demoni? One of our new patrons, Victoria, who joined the Booger Band Club. Oh, you has a QB named General Booty. I saw what he did today. It was pretty cool. He's donating a lot of his NIL stuff to Oklahoma Children's Hospital. Some families with the last name Booty say it the other way. The way Kayshawn says it is more common around New Iberia. Yeah, and there's a lot of different pronunciations for different names as well, right? So yeah. So to be respectful to Kayshawn, I'm gonna say Booty. A lot of people are gonna say Butte because it's been called Butte for so long. Honestly, I doubt Kayshawn really cares. He's more focused on, playing his best football, right? So yeah, pretty excited. General Booty is the son of LSU wide receiver Adrian Booty. Very interesting. Our North Louisiana contingent is very familiar with the Booties. Very interesting. Okay. So a lot of you are talking about upsetting Alabama this year. I can feel this pain with my last name. Garrett Dellinger, not Dellinger. So it is Dellinger. It's Dellinger, not Dellinger. Dellinger. Okay. So it is Dellinger. Okay. Dellinger. Garrett Dellinger. You know what's interesting? All right, so to go along with names, I don't know why the NBA has not adopted to this, right? Because they adopted, of course, the lucrative way of doing jerseys with an ad right here, right? It makes sense, right? The ad doesn't really take away from the jersey. It's just a small little patch. More money for them, good for them. The one thing I don't get, though, is in international sports, you're known by one name. Like in soccer, you're known by one name more often than not. Okay. You're known Ronaldo's Ronaldo, Messi is Messi. Mo Salah is Mo Salah. It's a shorter name. Sadio Mane, right? That's what we do in American sports, but they don't put the name that most players go by on the back of the jersey, which is what they should do. Like, for instance, no one has ever called Zion Williamson. Okay. Zion should be on the back of his name. It's such a unique name. Everybody calls him Zion, right? Same thing with Luka Doncic. Everybody calls him Luka. It should be Luka on the back of the jerseys, right? But yeah. It happens. And honestly, I've been a play-by-play and PA announcer. And yeah, Neymar. I don't even know Neymar's full name. Yeah, Derek Davis Jr. is still on the roster. He wears number 12 now. So, as far as actual LSU football is concerned, we've done a lot of film studies. I stayed up until 2 last night, looking at the practice film over and over and over again, picking up every last little thing I could pick up. And I do think, especially now with the transfer portal, you really don't know who the good players are until you actually see the games, right? So, I feel as if when the first game versus Florida State happens, there's going to be a lot of harsh realities about players you might have thought were good and some players who actually do live up to those expectations, right? I am worried about some of the players on this team. I did a stock up, stock down report on Patreon on some guys that are slipping right now. And I find it very interesting. I'm very intrigued by some certain position groups and position battles. And we go to our poll question for the night. Which non-QB position group concerns you the most? Offensive line is destroying this poll right here. Okay. Let's see here. Most of those soccer players have 5 words in their names. That's true. I promise you, nobody looks at this stuff deeper than Danny. She looks at it every last detail. That's why she was able, to talk about the center position in such detail. I'm the football nerd that actually printed and laminated the roster with all the new players and numbers. Oh, lamination is for when I throw or spill a drink after a bad snap. Oh man, that's so good. That's so Danny too. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, that's so funny. I swear, it's just so great. Oh, I could see you doing that too. I love it. Oh man. Yeah, I don't try. I should do the same thing. I don't want any Zima being spilled over my roster. I love it. He may be Forrest Gump this year. Hey, I know you've seen the movie. Forrest is dangerous with the football in his hands. Okay. Let's Harbor. That's going to be the big one right there. Honestly, Shelton Sampson was a big one. And I'm not saying like Sampson's better than Harbor, but that was a recruiting battle. That was the number one priority. Okay. Elimination for spilled drinks. I love that so much. I really do. I could see it happening too. Oh man. You know one thing, and one more thing about the center thing, and we'll move on here. Um, one thing that was very underrated about 2018 to 2019 was the biggest change is the center, right? Because you know it's just so different being a center in a powerful offense than a center in a spread offense. It's a little bit more up tempo, a little bit more plays per game. And Kush just it didn't matter. He was still great. And you just give that guy a lot of credit. I mean, it's amazing. Like you don't know what you miss until it's gone, right? And I think we kind of did that for a few other players. Like, when Tyrann Mathieu was gone, we're like, okay, we're still gonna have a great defense. We're still gonna be good. And then it's like, it cost us dearly. And not having Lloyd these past couple of years is tough. It's really, really tough if we just didn't recover. And there's just not many centers. There's not many players that are like recruited as centers anymore. It's a tough position. Someone made a good observation. Maybe we should have every offensive lineman practice snapping, right? Have Emory Jones practice snapping. Heck, we know the physical aspect of it. It's not going to be too tough. The mental aspect of it is not going to be too tough. He's one of the smartest offensive linemen I've ever seen. And that's why he was my number one offensive player in 2022. I'm really high on Emory Jones. I really, really, really am. I still think he's going to play a lot for us. So, yeah, it should be very, very, very interesting. The PHL laminator rosters for sale to pay for Carter's wedding. Daiquiri machine. Gotta have it. Al Parker balling out. There we go. Play. Kyle can really, really play. He's got a lot of talent. A lot of talent. I'm telling you, there's not this insurmountable gap between Kyle Parker and the rest of the receivers LSU has committed, right? Like I think Sampson is the best, and then I think the other three are kind of in the same tier. I do. The recruiting rankings don't really show that, but Kyle Parker's every bit as good as Prean and Jaylen Brown. I know it's early; we haven't seen their senior tape, but Kyle has got some real talent. So I like it. I love Kyle Parker discussion, and also, you guys know this. I cheer for the 3 stars and the walk-ons. I cheer for the big stories. Okay, Kyle would be a great story. Yeah, I know, Creek. It's crazy to think about, right? And to go back to Michael B's super chat, I know we answered it pretty thoroughly, but I do want to bring it back up here. It's just true. Like that was an amazing run of special teamers, right? ZVR, the Ferguson twins, or the Ferguson brothers, then Cade York. So good. Avery Atkins was so good. And then Avery Atkins, it turns out he can punt too. Turns out he can throw a pass as well. I mean, it was just an insane run. And I feel bad because, Greg McMahon was an Orgeron guy. They were really close. And it shows you, I mean, Greg was great. Like, we had no issues with special teams. Now, when a new staff comes in, I mean, you got to have a special teams coach you're familiar with. I really do think so. So, yeah, I'm not saying Greg McMahon should have kept his job, but my point is he did his job at an extremely high level. And our special teams has just never been better. It's just there's no other way. There's no other way around it. Okay. Thank you so much, Skipper. You get to pick the next topic. You are holding my Billy Cannon card. Happy it went to you, man. It's good. Brett wants to talk some Kobe Richardson. And some Florida State. So I'll share this again. And sometimes this just doesn't, I don't say this enough as far as like Florida State is concerned. I'm attacking this the same way I attacked UCLA because I could do as much studying on Florida State now, and it's not going to tell us nearly as much as what we're going to see in their week 0 game. So because of that, I am not doing any research of Florida State other than I know their quarterback is Jordan Travis, because no matter what I look at, week 0 is just going to tell us way more than all these preview magazines I have stacked here. So that's what I'm doing. It allows me to focus in on what we're doing as well, because sometimes you can get so caught up with just what what other people are doing. And, I just like to focus on LSU. Okay. And look, Florida State has never been short of playmakers, right? They recruit well, and one of their playmakers is a young man from Homa. There you go. I know Skipper loves dogs. There you go. That's good. What's the name of the lime purple? Oh, this one. Okay, so Live Like Leslie. She was my. I shared the story. She was my running coach, who passed away earlier this year from breast cancer. So, yeah, that's why I wear that one, and still miss her. She's one of my best buddies, and she was friends with Haley as well. So yeah. Let's see. What's up, Nolan? Good to see you. Katie says we'll be fine. So if we'll be fine, we'll be fine. If Katie says so. Let's see here. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad BK's put in that faith into Delhi. Let's do it, Delhi. Let's go. Not trying to be cocky, but I just can't see FSU coaching out scheme Brian Kelly and co. Yeah, I mean, Brian Kelly's a better coach than Mike Norvell, but honestly, anybody can get out schemed. I mean, Saban's been out schemed, right? Like, I mean, Brian Harsin out coached him last year. It was pretty bad. Harsin just didn't have the guts to go for it and win the game. But, Brian Harsin did have Derek Mason, and Derek Mason is really, really good at calling plays defensively. So, I mean, it's not far-fetched that Auburn outcoached Alabama in that game. But, anybody can out-scheme anybody. That's all there is to it. Okay? But I do trust LSU's coaching staff. Loss? What are those, Skipper? We're not going to have one. Okay, so Skipper, this is a really good super chat question. And I've gotten a few messages from you guys that I've missed some questions. Just type it again or super chat it or whatever. My brain is fried from a lot of extracurricular stuff. So Chan says, I've been doing a bunch of radio. So just retype the Dwayne Bowe comment, and I promise I'll get to it. So yeah, I'll answer this. Oh yeah, Michael, it's no big deal. I mean, it's been a few months now, but it's fine. I'm still running. So yeah, she would hate that I've brought her up again on a live stream though, because she was such a I don't want any attention on me kind of person. But yeah, no, I'm glad you asked. I would love to, heck, I'll tell. It's cool. I get asked about that, and I'll get asked about Booger, and like, hey, what does your band mean? Well, what do your bands mean? It's a good conversation starter. That's why I wear them. Her mom delivered this band to my fiance. In fact, I got a few right here just in case I lose one. But yeah, thanks for checking in. I appreciate you. Mental health is mental health. I'm just really concerned about how the team responds to our first loss. So here's the funny thing about that, Skipper, is honestly, that's not what you should be concerned about, okay? Unless the first loss happens in the first game. If the first loss happens in the first game, it's going to be, oh, God, here we go again. That kind of feel in the locker room. LSU's going to lose a game. Sorry to break it to you. I have Alabama losing the game as well, and it's arguably Nick Saban's best team, okay? So, just really concerned about how the team responds to our first loss. The more concerning loss, Skipper, is the second loss, okay? The second loss is the tougher one because the second loss officially knocks you out of the playoff, right? If you have a second loss, you're out. Now, here's the funny thing about it is that may not necessarily be true this year because let's just say LSU does lose to Mississippi State and they lose to Ole Miss in a close game, okay? Mississippi State would be kind of tough to overcome. So I'd say they lose to Ole Miss and somebody else early in the year, okay? So the thing is, if LSU were to lose those two games, but they beat Alabama and they beat Texas A&M, they still could have a shot at the playoff, right? I think the ACC is going to be a little scattered. I don't know if anyone in the Pac-12 is going to have no less than 2 losses. Oklahoma, I think, is going to take a step back. I think the Big 12 champion could be a multiple loss team, and maybe Fresno State, maybe Cincinnati, they have another undefeated run, but this year I could see a 2-loss team getting into the playoff. Okay. So I'll share this. I didn't listen to it. I just didn't. There was a lot of people that did though. And, a few of you messaged me what was actually said in there about, she's happy that JAYDEN has his best QB coach yet. I'll share a lot of details I had with somebody close to JAYDEN today. And they reached out and they said, hey, we appreciate your coverage. We just like you. And that's cool. It's cool when, people like that acknowledge what you're doing, which is cool. Okay. Now, here's what's very interesting is they sent me a lot of clips about JAYDEN and shared me a lot of details about JAYDEN, right? Went through a lot of adversity last year, lost some people close to him last year. The team was a train wreck last year. So, and JAYDEN's mom shared that in the spaces. So that's 2 different instances where, family members are like, look, this is the happiest we've seen him. This is a football program where football's first. It's a big deal to them that they're here. And I feel like JAYDEN has really taken this opportunity seriously. And I really do mean that, right? I've been told about his work ethic. Obviously getting everybody out in California, working with Jordan Palmer and all those things. But the good thing is the other two quarterbacks work really hard as well. Nuss puts in the work, and Walker Howard puts in the work as well. So, I'm really happy to see Jayden next year. And I feel comfortable enough to say that he is good enough to lead us to a victory. I also feel comfortable to know that Brian Kelly's history versus Jordan Travis in particular is actually pretty good. His history versus Florida State is also pretty good. So we'll see. Mark says, I love it. I will say Mark was really excited that I had a Sam Montgomery reference to a current player on the team. I like that. Anytime you can reference Sam Montgomery, it's a good day. You're a diehard LSU football fan if you hear Sam Montgomery references. I'm sorry, I just don't have a good feeling about Jayden. I hope he proves me wrong. Hey, that's fine. You honestly just don't ever really know. Honestly, most of us have a nervous feeling about what our team's going to look like next year anyway. So yeah, I mean, there's some players that you like. There's some players that you're not as high on as others. That's fine. That's fine. But I also know that everybody that watches this channel more than likely is cheering for everybody to succeed. So yeah. Excited about that. And look, if you believe the story from the Arizona State media that Jayden Daniels walked in on his coaches looking at Spencer Rattler film, then that lets you know the operation that was being run at Arizona State. And the funny thing about it is I actually met Herm Edwards at Tiger Stadium when he was calling a game there. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's honestly crazy to think about that we're in the spot right now. Jayden Daniels is your starting quarterback. Never did Brandon Ayuk think that his name would be mentioned 1,000 times on an LSU YouTube channel, but here we are. It's very, very, very interesting. Let's see here. I'm trying to get someone to join the PHL T-shirt club tonight. I feel like I'm going to sound like a pastor up here. I feel like there's someone that it's speaking to your heart right now. If you've never given your life to a PHL shirt, but I really do feel it. Like I feel like there's a tingling feeling for somebody to want a Patrick Queen and Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie card or a Arden Key autographed holograph card. Not holograph, but prism card right here. Refractor. This card is pretty clean too. Oh, Jeff, you're never going to see that again. Honestly, you're never going to see that again. And that's fine. Look at that. That's such a cool card. You can see that blue refractor. You want it? All right, I'll send it to you. I'll give it to you, Skipper. I got you. Actually, I might have a better auto for you. Michael B. just speaking the truth right here. So I've gotten this message a lot, and I wasn't going to bring this up, but a few of you have sent me this. And I don't really know what to say about this, but you know, I'll bring it up here. Uh, I did get mentioned by tiger droppings, and hand on the Bible, I never actually check tiger droppings ever. Um, I just don't. Like, I'll look at it, like, once every few months, but they did, like, a thread of, like, your favorite LSU podcasts or videos or anything, and I had a bunch of people complimenting the show, and I really appreciate that. So if you are one of those people that did that, you didn't have to do that. I really do appreciate that. Um, and yeah, normally when you get mentioned by tiger droppings, it's not always great. Um, but yeah, it's cool. Um, my buddy Dane sent me that, and I looked at it. It was pretty cool. And Dane sent it to me, and then I got it sent to me again. And I was traveling back this past weekend from Alabama, so it was cool seeing that. I did see a lot of people in there mention, "Hey, he's only on YouTube, and he doesn't do like the audio podcast stuff." So would and look, I take up a lot of time just focusing on YouTube. I feel like if you go to other platforms, and there's a lot of people that do multiple platforms really, really, really well. I I've thought about, putting the show on Facebook or doing a stream on Twitter or whatever. But, some of you just like audio stuff. So would you want me to do like an audio podcast? Because that's where my background is. I've been doing 4-hour radio shows all this week about teams I don't cover. I've been doing Clemson and South Carolina radio for 4 weeks. It's my second week doing it. But last week I did 3-hour shows in the morning, and now I'm doing 4-hour shows on my own. So yeah, I mean, I didn't want this to. That's why I didn't say that's why I thought I wasn't going to ever bring that up. But I brought that up because I wanted to say thank you to whoever did that. I'm not going to trash tiger droppings now though, because people complimented me on there, right? There's some wild things that get posted there. Let's be honest. But yeah, I wouldn't give this up, but I would do like an audio version of the show. Maybe it would just be the audio from here. But yeah, I feel like I feel like some of you would like that. I know a lot of you have long drives, and that's where you listen to like the recorded audio podcasts. So yeah, and I would want it to be a little bit different. So I recorded a few things recently. Member since 2005. Is it a membership? I don't even know how to post on Tiger Droppings. Oh, Vet, thank you so much. We'll catch us before the 4th. We're going to see you Saturday night, right? 17 days till kickoff. It'll be here before you know it. Yeah, so that's the thing. Jared drives a lot for his job. I just don't drive hardly anywhere. So I'm never like in the car listening to podcasts. But yeah, now I want to show you this. Look at that. What up? What up? What up, Brett? Good to see you, my brother. Now, this is a great avatar right here. Look at that. I'm telling you, I'm not lying to you guys. Okay, there's a reason why I only stick with one shirt distributor. And by the way, when you do get a PHL shirt, you're actually also helping another PHL listener. Okay, he likes to remain anonymous, but he does actually do the shirts, and he also made the logo. So when you buy shirts, I'm not just saying this just to say it. You're actually helping him out, right? So you're helping another PHLer by, supporting. Okay. There you go, Brad. Shirt fits great. It's quality. And not many merch shirts has a back. I have a back, and it just says boom on the back. Okay. Yeah, I mean, look. If you cast a wide net like tiger droppings, you're going to have crazy people on there. You're going to have regular people. You're going to have crazy people on there, though, right? So, yeah, I want to say thank you to everyone that sent me that. And once again, thanks to everyone that complimented me on that. Yeah, so this is it as well. So we have some other truck drivers. I-10 Roman, who I haven't seen in a while. Marcus. Most people listen while they drive, and that's how I am too. Like whenever Haley and I go on a trip, or if I have to drive somewhere for a distance, I actually like it. I look forward to it because I'm an audio guy. I love audio only content. Okay. YouTube Premium. Gotta pay for premium. A lot of our PHLers are getting these late last second vacations before football season, right? Football fans all have the same vacation. Okay. Football fans always take a vacation normally in like early August or July before the season starts. And a lot of you squeeze your last vacation days around that December 8th mark. And normally all of us are on vacation on the 9th. After the Heisey Trophy's handed out, I was like, okay, I'm going on vacation now. See, I told you, I'm going to Destin tomorrow. So Jared's going to Destin. All right. One of our PHLers is going to Greece, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, safe travels to all our PHLers. I also saw some tweets today from PHLers who are having hellacious times with the airlines right now. That's not good. And another one of you sent me a message saying, hey, our flight's delayed. We're trying to go on vacation. We're looking forward to the season. So let me give you a little tip here. I just got done flying. We got lucky that we were able to fly before like all this airline stuff, understaffing and all of that. I'm telling you right now, okay, this happened to my mom when I went to go pick her up recently. Do not check a bag. Don't do it. Carry on that MF. You can do without the extra dress. You can do without the extra pair of khakis. You could do without everything. Mark, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you. And I highly recommend everybody, join our Patreon. Okay. $9.99 gets you into the Discord. Join our PHL Patreon. And you get to get there's some really smart people in there, right? Bruce Steele is one of the smartest guys when it comes to LSU football stuff and LSU football recruiting. He's not even a recruiting reporter. He's just a beast. He just knows a lot of crap. There's no other way around it. We got a lot of smart people in there. Skipper's in there. Jared's in there. Danny's in there. So, yeah. Caucus, who you saw earlier, is in there. We're growing. And Victoria, I don't know if she's still watching. She was our newest patron. So we've gotten a lot of newbies. It's a lot of fun. Come on in. It's the water's warm. And we just chat. That's all there is to it. Some life stuff, but it's mostly LSU football. So, yeah. And what's cool about that is that you can chat with me whenever. Oh, this is cool. So, if you don't mind me sharing this, LA mom, uh, your son is a Broadway performer. And my son just got hired to perform on the Disney Dream cruise line. I'll be going on a Disney cruise after the first of this year after LSU plays in the playoffs. This is a perfect comment. As always, the super dads and super moms of PHL support your kids and whichever endeavors that they choose to do or live or whatever. Well, if my future child is a star Broadway performer, that's obviously really freaking cool. Next thing you know, your son's could be starring in Mamma Mia, and you don't have to work for the rest of your life. Um, but that's really cool. It's hard to get on cruise lines. I know there's like a bunch of cruise workers on TikTok that showing like cruises aren't bad. There's a lot of comedians. I have a lot of friends that do the cruise line circuit as comics. And yeah, I mean, it's good money, good benefits, good food, all that stuff, all inclusive. It's just you're traveling a lot. Huh? 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 But congratulations to you, LA mom. It is good to see you. Now, I will say this. There is something better than performing on the Disney Dream Cruise. There is something better. Okay. And I was trying to figure out what that one thing is. Crap, I'm forgetting. I'm tired. Boom! Just in time to retain her crown or take back her crown. She has lost this. And I know, LA mom, you have cried yourself to sleep because you have been getting dominated lately. I'm telling you, the women win the LA. They win the Pressy Collection contest all the freaking time. Bang! Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. Okay, so let me tell you about Anthony Starr Presley. We are currently working on My Dear Fiance. I think you've seen her before. I don't know. Has she even made an appearance not on a live stream? I have no idea. Okay. Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. And you guys know I'm always going to show this thing off. Bang! Engagement ring. Bang! Engagement ring. That's where I went. Okay. Pressy Collection, PressyCollection.com. But do they just do engagement rings? No, diamond pendants, necklaces, bling bling. If you want an iced out chain, Anthony Starr Presley can help you out. You want the Joe Burrow grill? Anthony Starr Presley can help you out. PressyCollection.com. My son turned 6 years old Saturday. He wants to be Roman Reigns when he grows up. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. You know what's funny, Brett, is so not this week, but 2 weeks ago, I was doing the South Carolina radio stuff, right? So I do some CBS radio stuff for some affiliates on the East Coast, and they give me this little device. I'll show you the device right here. Okay. So they give me this thing right here. Okay. Holding it all up. So here you go. So this is it. All right. And they give me a headset. And we gave away tickets. WrestleMania was in South Carolina. One of the stations is in South Carolina. And we gave out tickets. And I had Blake on a day, and we were doing a wrestlers draft. And Blake really does believe The Rock is the best wrestler of all time. I agree. He was my favorite too. Okay, come at me, you Stone Cold Steve Austin haters. Get TSA pre-check. You just walk right through. So Danny actually travels a lot. She used to live in London, where I went. Packing tip to avoid checking luggage: buy neck roll pillow, take out stuffing and stuff with your clothing, such as t-shirts, underwear, soft clothes, items to free room and carry on. It's a very good idea, right? And you could pack in there like your sleeping shirts, like the shirts you're not actually going to wear out. So, yeah, there you go. So, here's what we're going to do. In the next 5 minutes, I'll answer as many questions as I possibly can. Okay. It doesn't have to be LSU football related. I will talk about Jayden Daniels. I'll talk about Garrett Nussmeier. I'll talk about Ryan Yates. I'll talk about whoever. Okay. So, whichever topic you want to talk about, we'll go straight to it. But if you do super chat, this chat will continue all night long tonight. Since we were talking about songs earlier. Okay. Get as many questions as you can in. I actually saw him live in Boston 20 years ago. You lucky son of a gun. Macho Man and Mick Foley. Danny, I'm getting that for you. Addison, what's good? I couldn't answer. I don't know enough about either of them. Yeah, I just I'm not a smart music person at all. I know a few people that do like music journalism and that kind of stuff that could answer that better. God, can I even name a song by either of them right now? My brain is fried. Uh just trying to think. Oh, Ramblin' Man. Okay. I think I know that. Okay. Grateful Dead. Steel blue, green and tan with gold accents, Danny. Yeah, I just trucking. Yeah. Mark, I know you just super chat. I wish I could give. I hate when I get asked something like that. I know nothing. The Sugar Fried Man. I need that yellow. Huh? All right, Michael. Yeah, of course I'll send you some, man. It's a really good question right here. So, in your opinion, Carter, which offenses are our defense going to be able to dominate this year? Really good question. Okay, so obviously, you know, the big thing when it comes to this question, all right? Pull up the schedule right here, all right? That's actually a good way to describe it. Honestly, LA Mom, the only answer to this is Texas A&M, right? Like, I don't like Auburn's offense, but we are playing both of them in their own building. So, which offenses are our defense going to be able to dominate this year? Well, Tennessee's going to score on us, right? You just got to be prepared for that. Um, they'll be coming off a bye, so we're just going to have to be able to score with them. I think the weaker offenses that we do play, I would say the three weakest offenses that LSU has on their schedule are either road games or neutral sites. And I think those three offenses would be Florida State's, Auburn's, and Texas A&M's. The issue, though, LA Mom, is that there's so many good quarterbacks that it's really hard to shut any of them down. Now, truth be told, KJ Jefferson didn't really do anything against us last year. We did a really good job. Durante called a really good game, and they got a few big plays on us, but really we dominated them. And then as far as the rest of the schedule is concerned, Ole Miss, obviously, that's kind of a tough spot for Ole Miss, but it's also a tough spot for us. And don't forget about this one, Danny, when we play Georgia in the SEC championship. Well, actually, Jared, as you know, it's going to be a rematch versus Tennessee. If you watch PHL, you know that Tennessee is winning the East this year. Which offenses are our defense going to be able to dominate this year? So, yeah, I think the worst offenses are A&M and Auburn's. And we know Auburn's going to be able to run the football. You know, if there's one thing that's true, you know, Auburn's going to have good running backs. They have arguably the best running back tandem in the SEC. And, you know, you got to be able to stop it. That's all there is to it. So will Nicholas Arbor. Once again, Tennessee is such a brutal matchup. It's a brutal matchup at that point in the schedule. They get the early bye week. And honestly, if Tennessee is undefeated, the one thing you don't want is Tennessee to be undefeated in this game before they play us, right? So, yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's a tough spot. But if Tennessee's undefeated, they do play Alabama the week after us. If you're Tennessee, you would just really just zone in on beating LSU, knowing that if you lose to Alabama, but if you win out, you're still going to the SEC championship game. Okay. I was doing a story at a Miami church. There were two huge pics of Dwayne Bowe on the wall. LSU and Chiefs. It was his childhood church. They were so proud of him. Cool. That's great. I'm a big Debo fan. I know he's trying to make his name in hip hop right now. Money Man Bo. That's cool. I'd be proud of him too. He's very underrated. Let's see. And thank you, LA Mom, for your super chat. I appreciate it. Okay. That's a good one from a PHL T-shirt club member. Carter, who's your most insufferable fan base in the SEC? Ooh. Let's see here. So offensive line won this poll by a wide margin. Okay. obviously for us, we're gonna mostly focus in on teams that we play every year, and I'm going to say Florida. I'm going to say Florida. I still think Florida is the most visceral matchup we play every year, right? I feel like Alabama is, they beat us so much that it's not really a thing, right? And I'm not like bowing down to Alabama here, but I mean it's just how it is, right? They're so used to winning. It just feels like there's no emotion in that game unless, of course you beat them, right? Um, I would say Florida. And then after that, I would probably say Auburn or Ole Miss. But I go back to this, and this is, you know, part of me, growing up in Arkansas. I wish the LSU Arkansas game was better. I wish it was a thing. And, you know, from 2001 to 2009, 8 of the 9 games were decided by one possession or less. Some of the best games in college football history, honestly. Uh, but yeah, Addison, nobody wants to talk about Coach O right now. He's been at a lot of different practices, honestly. Uh, it's so tough. It's so tough because Florida State's got a lot of questions on both sides of the football. I would say defense right now, but man, offensively we should still be able to make a lot of plays. We should. Okay. There he is. It's a good one. Clemson's is better, but obviously, not looking at this objectively, I'm going to say our defensive line's the best, right? With Ali Gay, BJ Ojolari, who's a jack linebacker, but you get it. Mason Smith, and so on and so on, Jaqueline Roy. But Clemson's is the best, right? They got Murphy, they got Brees, they got what's the defensive tackle's name? Davis. So, and I know I've been doing radio on Clemson all this week. We've already talked about that. But all three of those guys were on ESPN's top 100 list for the best 100 players in college football. So I would say their defensive line, and then Georgia has Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith. So those two are definitely up there. And then, of course, any defensive line that has Will Anderson on it. Once again, he's an outside linebacker, but he plays on the line with Tim Smith. So I would say those three are probably just as good, if not better, at this point. But we'll see. Broncos country, let's ride. Can someone give me a good let's ride? What y'all know about that let's ride? Hey, yo, Cheetah. What's up? Hey, yo, Cheetah. What's up? I want to make some chicken wings today. Let's see. I'm still gonna go Jack. I know he's hurt, and I know Malik, Dre, and BTJ are dominating. I'm gonna stick with Jack though. Let's see right here. Let's see. Let's right. Um, Catches, yes. Yards and TDs, you could see Malik or BTJ. But right now, just based on Jack's health and the shin issues that he's dealing with, you would probably pick Malik Neighbors right now. But I still believe in Jack. I still do. And for me, and this is just how I evaluate. I still take into account game film a little bit more than practice, right? So Malik performed really well in games, as did Brian Thomas Jr., as did Dre Jenkins. So yeah, but Jack was so great last year for us, and we'll see. I you could see any one of those four guys. What I would like to see though is that wide receiver rotation be tightened, where it is just five guys playing. Now, if Kyron Layson and Chris Hilton just light up practice over the next couple of weeks, then those guys deserve snaps. But man, that is a really good group of five right there. It really is. So yeah. But we'll see. Oh, Grant asked me a question about politics. I will not do that at all. I know better than that. But yeah, I'll share this. And I was actually breaking this down with somebody recently, who has a family member who is a pretty high-ranking person in politics. That's all I'll say about that, just to preserve the anonymity here. But yeah, I've actually covered Capitol Hill before. When I was at Sirius XM, I covered Capitol Hill for a day, and I said never again. Put me back in the sports department. I am perfectly fine. I did some other stuff like for the rest of the week, and I volunteered. I said, hey, I want to see what it's like. I want to see what Capitol Hill's like. And immediately I was like, no, no, not doing this. And it's not like any really like political thing. It's just something I wasn't really interested in. And I gained a lot of respect for the people that actually do that. So there you go. Daryl, we're not going to talk about that, even though it makes Notre Dame look bad. Not going to do that. Not going to do it. No, Brett, they're just good. They're good. Let me put it this way, okay? So Clemson's 2018 defensive line was serious, right? That was Dexter Lawrence, Clinton Farrell. I mean, that was a really, really good group, right? It's one of the best defensive lines ever. I would take 2003 LSU. I would take 2016 Bama. I would take Georgia's step. I mean, Georgia's is the best. I mean, we can. It's not even worth a debate, honestly. But personally, obviously, 2003 LSU is always going to be my favorite. But no, the Clemson defensive line really is that good. And they're all 5 stars, right? Breesy was a 5-star. Miles Murphy was a 5-star. Davis was a pretty highly rated guy. So yeah. Butte Neighbors BTJ is really solid. Love the way Besh plays though. Booty, excuse me. Neighbors BTJ. This happens every year though. And this honestly would be one of the more incredible things if this happens again. Okay. And I actually gained a lot of respect for picking Jare as the clear-cut number 2 wide receiver for last year's team in a preview piece. You can go back and watch the video if you want. And yeah, I said, Jare's going to be the number 2 wide receiver. And he was our number 2 wide receiver last year. Him and Jack turned out to have the same numbers. But last year, I picked Jare Jenkins to be the number 2 wide receiver, and I also picked Jack Besh as the best true freshman wide receiver, and both of those things came true. Okay, now that doesn't guarantee that that's going to be the case here. Obviously, BTJ and Malik are playing at an extremely high level right now, but for me, this is the 3rd consecutive off season that no one's talking about Jare Jenkins, and all he does is make plays. So there you go. Yeah, I know Grant was messed with me. But yeah. You said any question. Why don't you just tell us the most divisive thing to do? But yeah, I keep up, but I'm not smart enough to keep up with every last little thing. But yeah. There he is. Oh, you live in Dallas, Donald? I'll hit you up next time we're there, man. It's all good, man. There he is. That's funny. Huh? That's good. Haven't seen one of our favorite PHLers in a while. There he is. Leonard. We haven't seen Leonard in a minute. Jare's brother played at LSU too. Who was that? Let me see. Everyone, welcome TJ to the channel. TJ, what's good? Loving the fit here, man. There honestly not a whole lot of things that like just scare me. They're decent though. Like they're not some run over team, but we'll learn more about them in their season opener. But yeah, as of right now, there's not really a ton. They lost their best defensive lineman, Johnson, and he would have tore us up. Like that's a really tough guy to block in your first game. But thankfully, he went to the NFL. He's really good. I was kind of shocked that he slipped. But everyone, welcome TJ to the channel. Throw some clap emojis. We want TJ to feel really welcome here. God, man, you got some kneecaps. So goodness, man. Then my brother got them bony elbows and kneecaps. I mean, goodness. But the fit's great. We got the forces. Got the shorts. I like it. I can't wear like designer clothes. I gotta I gotta wear the extra large stuff. It's insufferable fan bases, not teams. Okay, Alabama's football fans, facts. Auburn's basketball fans. And Vandy's baseball fans. Okay, so Vandy's baseball fans, they have two whistlers, right? There's more than just like the Vandy whistler. There you go, TJ. There's Skipper. Skipper always makes everybody feel welcome. Good to see you, TJ. Yeah, Grant, I guess the whistler just kind of it's so insufferable. And I got to shout out my guy Ben Mintz. That is probably the craziest thing. Ben Mintz getting in the whistler's face. Vandy's baseball fans, Auburn's basketball fans. God, when Miami blew them out, I actually bet Miami second half. Auburn was like 4-point favorites for the second half. I've never seen a coach get so bamboozled. Bruce Pearl and actually one of our top PHLers has a connection to Bruce Pearl. But yeah, I was kind of cheering for Auburn because Jabari Smith's son was on that team. Oh, that sounds crazy. Why would you cheer for Auburn? Well, Jabari Smith won a lot of games for us. Auburn's football fans. Alabama's football fans. Are they insufferable? Are Alabama's football fans insufferable? Insufferable. I don't know. I will say this, Grant. Lil Height makes a good point here about Tennessee's baseball fans. So yeah. Alabama's football fans, are they the worst? No, I would probably say about to be Ole Miss baseball fans. True. I still think it's Florida, I guess. You want to know what's kind of crazy about this, though, Grant, is Florida State's football fans have the worst reputation. Okay? So I want to go back to TJ's question here. I always answer first timers. Okay. So TJ, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about Florida State. You know, the one thing that's interesting. So Norvell is very, very, very fascinating, right? He's out calling the plays. Okay. So I guess for me, that's going to be the most fascinating thing. They do have a wide receiver from Homa, Ja'Kai Douglas, is a very interesting player. Their skill guys are kind of like our secondary. I do think our secondary has accomplished more, but there's a lot of unknown. And as Chance brings up here, Florida State's got a lot of transfers. It seems to me that seems to be a common theme for everyone, that everybody's got a lot of transfers. I don't know if they have as many transfers as LSU has transfers. LSU right now is starting a transfer at quarterback, a transfer at running back, a transfer at both left guard and right guard. And on the defensive side of the football, a second-year transfer at linebacker, a transfer at one corner, a transfer at the other corner, a transfer at the nickel, a transfer at one of the safety spots. So, TJ, let me know what you think. And yeah, let's see here. If let's see. Oh, it's okay, Grant. You dropped it. That's fine. So, yeah, for me, that's what I'm looking for, TJ. And I'm super glad to have you, man. Greg, what's up, man? Anytime Greg drops in a chat, it's always good. Greg, I know you've been busy working out in the gym. Obviously, this is one of my favorite avatars right here. There's nothing better than seeing smiling faces in Tiger Stadium. Gotta love it, baby. You just do. You just do. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, so he did get some reps and he got beat by Brian Thomas Jr. in a one-on-one situation. And he actually had a funny comment about Nuss throwing a ball and compared him to Drew Brees. I believe that's what he said. So yeah, the one thing you want to see this year from Welch, Greg, is him just lasting a full season, right? So it's very, very, very important that. So just stay healthy, don't get hurt, and it's obviously something you can't really control. But yeah, he's getting some reps and he's got an outside shot to play this year. TCU fans? I didn't think we'd get the TCU fans. There we go. It's all good, man. That's what we're here for, man. Informing each other. Yeah, I did drop a message in the Discord. I'm trying to figure out what happened. As many of you know, I'm a big fan of keeping up with all the LSU players after their careers are over, especially considering, I have this beautiful game worn uniform. I'm a big sports memorabilia guy, and I like keeping up with our LSU Tigers in the pros, and I'm trying to figure out um, if Damian Lewis is like really, really hurt or not. I know he's in the air cast. Johnny Five. I can always count on Johnny Five jumping in. But I highly recommend everybody join our Patreon. It's cool. You get to message us all day. Yeah, Mark, and I tend to think, people forget about that. Okay. They do. Now I'm going to do something here really quickly, if you don't mind. Donald wants to join tonight. What's up, D-Dub? I look at you with the LSU super fan. I love it. There you go, Donald. All you got to do is follow that link and follow the instructions. And if you want to get into the Discord, you got to do the $9.99 tier. There's another tier that just gets you access to the film studies, but you want to join the $9.99 one or up. So, yeah, we got some $29.99s in here as well. It's obviously a good thing. So Michael B has been such a big time supporter on the channel, and he is our biggest Justin Jefferson fan. So he will be getting this. I am sending him this Justin Jefferson card. I was going to let it be a surprise. So Michael B's in here. It's a clear Justin Jefferson card. You can see me like actually right through here. And I actually just pulled this not too long ago. So I always have a connection because I don't really rip a lot of product because boxes are so expensive now. So I just buy singles, and this was actually one of the few boxes. I got bored the other day and I bought a box. I was having a crappy day. I didn't pull anything, but I pulled this. This was my favorite card. So I always have a connection to cards that I pull, but I love Justin Jefferson. I don't love him as much as Michael B does. It's Michael B's. I think that's your favorite player because you asked for a Justin Jefferson card. So this card is going to Michael B right there. He deserves it. There you go, man. You deserve it. But that's what we do with our PHL patrons. It's gonna. There we go. There you go. You're shipped out and ready to go. I love those clear cards. They look cool. You can put your eye right through it. It's kind of cool. Huh? Yeah, it's not like a hologram. It's like this clear version of a card. I'm going to send you some other stuff that, why not? You're Michael B. So there you go, Donald. You go to patreon.com/LSU football, sign up, and you get Discord information, and it's great. Man, he was so great. He was so great. And it's kind of strange, like if you're the third best player on an offense, you don't really like it's just kind of strange, right? And now you got a legitimate shot to be one of the best players of all time, honestly. I mean, he's got that ability. I mean, he's on a Jerry Rice trajectory. Now it's going to be hard for him to play that long. And Jerry Rice was just so obscenely good late in his career. But yeah, I mean, Justin's just that dude. He's so special. He's so special. But yeah. Hey, yo, Cheetah. What's up? the more I watch, like, so I got to do like these. I'm telling you, I'm looking at this highlight from Kyle Parker. I'm going to drop it in the Discord. This kid can play, and the scary thing about Kyle Parker is, dang, Damian Lewis. So I'm sharing this in the Discord right now. Kyle Parker's insane. He is freaking insane. Yeah, and this is what's funny, right? Like the and let's see, I could pull it right here. Let me see. I'll post her. I'll play it right here. Terrace Marshall, the medical. He had a medical red flag. And that's why Terrace Marshall fell to the second round. Jerry Rice got his hands working with his father, who was a bricklayer. I love the underdog. Same with Walter running a river levee. Yeah, that's cool. So I have a close tie to the bricklaying industry. My grandfather, who passed away when I was in 9th grade, was a bricklayer, and he was the absolute best human being I've ever met in my life. And yeah, it's cool. Let's see if I can. I see. Okay, so I can do this. Let's do a share screen. Okay. Okay. Let's play it back. This is from Brandon Howard 11. Let's go. Look, he's got the Alvin Kamara tape going on. And he's throwing the LSU up and doing look at the celebration here at the end. Okay. Look at him do the finger thing. So he does the LSU L, but then he does the sniff your finger thing. That's cold-blooded right there, boy. Ha, 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 ha. All the bricklayers. Yeah, my grandfather. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned that, Michael. I'm wearing my New Road shirt right now. But yeah, there you go. All right, Mark. All you got to do is click that link right there, Mark, patreon.com/LSU football. And it's not just the Discord. You get all my exclusive film studies. So, film breakdowns can get very long, and we're going to be doing this throughout the season. They get really long. If you go look at some of my old film studies from 2020 and even last year, I would post the full games, and they take forever. So this year, I'm going to be doing it a little bit differently. There's going to be some film studies that will just be posted there if you really, really want to see it. So there you go. So you click that link right there, patreon.com/LSU football. You join the Joey tier. The 777 tier just gets you all the access to the film studies. All the other tiers get you into the Discord. And yeah. And we share clips, news, all that kind of stuff. It's fun. Walter Payton. Wipe your nose with slimy. That is, I just love that. It just looks cool. It's good. And then the L, or I don't remember which order it was. It's cool. Do your thing, Kyle. Make me look smart, please. Please. I love it. Hey, yo, Cheetah. What's up? I love that guy on Instagram. Hey, yo, Cheetah. What's up? Doing all the cooking recipes. It's just, it's good. There you go, Mark, joining the Patreon. Look at you. There you go, Mark. I'm telling you, all day. That's where it's at, man. All right, all you cool cats and kittens. Mark, I'm about to send you a message here in just a second. Greg, it's always good to see you. And Johnny 5, it's always good to see you guys jumping on in here. It's good to see you. Lots of newbies in here. I love it. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if this is your first ever time. Hit the like button if you want more of me. Okay. I got something for you. Okay. Now, I need to do a better job of this. Let's do this. Okay. We're at 87 subscribers. Okay. please go subscribe to my new SEC channel. That's all you got to do. So hit the subscribe button. You can see the first video. Got to post more videos pretty soon on there. So I just wanted to get that first one out. And then after that, we're going to keep it rolling there. Okay. And yeah. Jordan, what's good, man? Like the K-Shine heavy. So yeah, congrats to Michael B and Skipper winning some cards tonight. Congratulations to you. Good to see Carl back in here in Dallas. Got a lot of Dallas Tigers in here. So there you go. Now, safe travels to all our PHLers who are watching this later because you're on vacation. Some of you are in way different time zones. Some of you are in Europe. Shout out to you. And make sure you enjoy those vacations because when football season gets here, it's all business, baby. Business, business, business. Okay? So we'll talk to you soon, okay? Pull this back up. Edit! Power Hour LSU bomb. And tonight we are doing Haley did barbecue chicken. You saw the avatar, right? Let's go.